Very good evening to everybody watching. Thank you for joining us tonight on the evening review. My name is George H Tonight on the platform we are joined by George H Kambala. He is the spokesperson of the Affirmative Repositioning movement and also its member in the National Assembly. And he is here to engage us and expand on the press conference that he led yesterday in Windhoek on a variety of issues. Thank you very much, Honorable Kambala, for making time. I'm actually calling you Honorable.
Weird, eh?
Braff and me, now I'm calling you Honorable now.
Good evening, Trevor. Good evening, Namibia.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's talk about, there's a message that emerged from your press conference that seems to have sent out a wrong understanding, or maybe it is the correct understanding, where AR is warning ACC to be very careful about how it arrests these suspects that it's arresting lately, saying that some of this might come from the instigations of cartels and stuff like that. And the impression that a lot of people, including myself, have is that, okay, people have been getting arrested, we didn't hear anything. Suddenly these guys, Enacor people get arrested, then AR start talking about cartels and all these kind of things. What are you guys saying?
Well, Trevor, thank you very much for the question. See, Trevor, like I said in the press conference, it seems that Noah has found the keys to his ark finally, and we also welcome the current arrests, the current recommitment and energy that not only Noah but the entire institution that is called the ACC has shown in the past few months.
Yeah.
Now, when I say that to be careful, to be cautious, is because that we understand how when it's a power change, when it's a power change in state institutions, there's always those that were at the table. Now, those that are at the table also want, the people also want to come at the same table to have that same food of plate. Now in that change, there's always squabbles, there's always fights, and ours is just to say, look, don't become part and parcel of that play, because obviously I'll come and tip you off because I'm on the table, because now I want to get rid of Trevor. But the idea generally is just to say, look, we shouldn't use state institutions as a battlefield.
Yeah.
And ACC being one of those key institutions that need to uphold public trust, that need to hold people accountable, and to ensure that institutions and the state remains the state, or the Republic of Namibia should stay away and commit itself to justice and liberty, as our forefathers have stated. So that's the only issue that's the only questions that we have raised. In fact, we're saying that the president herself, President Netumbo, has equalized the issue of corruption to treason. So we welcome that decision and say that now ACC must go for each and every person that is found wanting, that is found being corrupt, that is found stealing. Because stealing, you're not only stealing money, you are stealing dreams, you are killing hope, you are killing the ability for the state to render the most essential services to this country's citizens. So there is no one that's above the law.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you, and thank you for clarifying. But you see, when people get arrested, particular people, because you referred specifically to
cartels.
You spoke about the recent. You say we are witnessing high-profile detentions and renewed energy from ACC.
Yes.
So, and the only people that really got arrested since this new administration came into power is this Enacor Namcor people.
Yes.
So to then move, I mean, because I thought you just say, keep up the good work, from those ones, go to the next one. But to talk cartels as if is as if you are insinuating that these people were arrested on the instigation of somewhere, is politics, is what. But I mean, if you've listened to the evidence that is being led in court this week, there are quite serious allegations there.
No, definitely. It's like I said, I'm not. We're not insinuating that the current arrests are instigations. No, we're just saying that look, we welcome them. We welcome them, and the ACC must continue on that path, and the ACC must go for each and every person. Just after NAMCO, then the issue of the health rot also came about, and there's so much more also coming. There's also issues on roads and so forth.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that be mindful also that arrest, do your job, but be mindful that people might come and say that no, is a anonymous person, but then as a whistleblower, I have ill intentions. So ACC must also be able to detect those ill intentions.
Do you think that Honorable Kambala, that ACC, an institution so capacitated with top investigators, headed by a former magistrate and deputized by an advocate, you want to tell me that any anonymous thing that comes in, because I could almost guarantee you that the number of things that ACC throw in the trash bin, because it's just hogwash written by anonymous people, is a lot. So that's why only once in a while, like in this particular case now, it's the first time in 6 years. The last high-profile arrests were in 2019. Then 6 years passed. Now 20.
No, there's also Katrina. There's also.
No.
Yeah, those ones.
No, I do, but I'm saying since 2019.
Yes, since 2019. Yes.
This is the second one, high profile.
Yes.
Of course, you have had the school secretaries here and whatnot. So, you think ACC is capable of not? They are capable of falling for just anything like that. You don't trust their capability to vet.
You must be careful on how these guys operate.
Yeah.
Like I said, you see, it's when people come to the table, they bring a lot of things together.
Yeah.
Now, Trevor was eating nicely Russian and chips. Now I also want to eat that same Russian and chips.
Yes.
So I will make sure that by fire by force that I get to that. If it means me exposing how Trevor was eating that Russian and chips, I'll do so.
Yeah.
Because it is to my benefit if I do so. Because then I get to go to the table. Now these guys, they operate at another level, and that I'm saying that we have seen it happening before. We have seen it. Happening before, and we don't want to fall in the same trap, because when we did that, we went 5 years backwards in this country. It took us 5 years in terms of our economy, in terms of our developmental agenda. So I'm saying, look, we don't want to fall in that same, because we have a president here that has raised the bar on corruption to be treasonous. So for us as a movement, it aligns exactly with our principles. Say, look, if you steal in this country, you must go to jail, no matter who you are, no matter what level you are, because you're not only stealing from your current children's mouths, you are also stealing from your grandkids. Yeah. So nobody must be left out. Nobody must be able to say and loot with any impunity. So that's why I was saying that, look, we appreciate what you're doing. And also as a member of parliament, I say, look, we need ACC to be furthermore capacitated to ensure that this arrest continue. If it means arrest every single day, arrest them. Yeah. The cells are already over capacity. They must also come and feel how what they are stealing does to the state institutions.
I understand. Yes. Before we go for a break, George, I still, the insinuation of cartels, where does it come from? Is it remember when the fishery people were arrested, your leader in particular, Professor Mpanda, was being accused by these guys, some of them saying, we were arrested on the instigation of Job and Panda, just politics, which already I found very ridiculous at the time. So, but here the innuendos that the suggestion, this veiled suggestion that no, I mean, instead of really backing ACC and say, go on,
Yes,
you are saying be careful of cartels. What cartels are you guys talking about?
No, you see, cartel, maybe it's maybe the word of maybe the trace of word, but like I said, these people, there's all they will say, look,
Because you're implying you're implying third forces. Even if if you remove cartel, you are implying there are third forces at play. Yeah?
I'll give you an example now. I'll give you an example of the health issue.
Yeah.
The health issue, you had somebody during the day was on radio breaking news of corruption.
Yeah.
But then this same individual later in the evening writes a letter to meet the minister on the same allegations was leveling against somebody else.
Yeah. So,
and that's exactly what's happening in this country, that because now you want to remove a middleman, you're going to become now the next middleman. And it's evident through the health tender road. So I was saying is that at all levels, they must be capacitated enough to ensure that they make the necessary arrests and people are held accountable every day, every time, every hour.
Wonderful. We go for a very short break and return with George Kambala. It's still me and George Kambala on the evening review tonight. George, another thing that made headlines this week is the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, James Sankwasa, directing local authorities to quit using Red Force, not to renew that debt collecting company's contracts at those local authorities, or to offer them, if they haven't used them before, they must never bring that company on board. I think I read something about your reaction in the papers this morning, but I can't remember what your position is on the matter.
Yeah, see, the one thing that I've said is that local authorities around, we can go as far as SADC, in Namibia particularly, is that they have an issue with revenue collection. Everywhere. Wento, Valves, Pai, Oppo, everybody has an issue of revenue collection. Now what I would have wanted Honorable Sankwasa to have done is said, look, don't renew Red Force, but we'll try and see how to capacitate local authorities, how the state can get involved in ensuring that your revenue base is increased. Either, for instance, for super local authorities or for all local authorities, because now one will say that whether it's now blue force, green force, yellow force, you still need revenue to provide services. Now, if the issue of if the local authorities themselves don't have capacity to collect that revenue, how are they going to do it? Now, for those that have capacity, why are they not using internal capacity to collect that revenue? So the issue really here is not to say whether a Red Force is good or bad, but also need to see at what level are our local authorities operating at for them to enable them to collect their own revenue base. Because for instance, Windhoek is at it's 1.2 billion in debt, and they only give Red Force to collect around about 200 million or 300 million around about there. Same with Barbara. But I was saying, look, what it could be that what Red Force is yellow force, blue force is collecting the other departments, the debt collecting departments are mandated to do so. But the idea here really is for Mr. James some question is that I would rather say, look, let's capacitate local authorities
Yeah.
to ensure that they are able to collect their own revenue, their own debt. Because then if you remove that, for what happens then?
Yeah.
Is who's going to collect it? Because some of them don't have that internal capacity. That's why they went outside.
Yeah.
But we need to do that. But also the state themselves must be able to play a role in terms of subsidizing local authorities.
Yeah.
Properly subsidizing. For instance, you get Hentis Bay being given $1 million for capital projects. Now, Hentis Bay has so many problems, for instance. Now, that 1 million is not enough for them to provide water, sanitation, electricity services to their members,
Yeah.
to the residents. So we need to ensure that the state also plays a critical role in ensuring that local authorities are well capacitated and are well capacitated to do their own revenue collection. The issue is not necessarily about whether it's right or wrong, but the issue is that capacity.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I wrote in my editorial for Wednesday, I wrote that if the minister was dealing with the principle itself, the principle to say local authorities may no longer outsource debt collection to third parties.
Yes.
Third parties in general,
Yes.
I could understand. But to pick a Namibian entity that has never been found guilty of anything anywhere, and you target them and say that one, as if to say anybody else can come except this company.
Yes.
That is highly, highly unethical of the minister. I was mortified
Now you
listening
find
to that.
Just now you find this. Some people say, "Okay, yeah, it's correct." Now it means that now the minister can say that no, instead of to please, Trevo is all the things is unemployed. Please make sure Trevo is employed.
No.
Now and there the minister is also overreaching because the minister has got no authority in the operative. In the operations of any local authority,
Yeah.
he's an oversight, but we also need to ensure that he must deal with the principal issue of capacity.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So if that is what you are saying, to say, look, we as government are going to capacitate local authorities, we are going to increase our subsidy to the ministries, to the local authorities, so that you can employ more people. But I can tell you now, especially here in Windhoek, there's no way, even if you had 15 people in that department, there's no way you're going to, because it's such a big city, you will always need that extra hand. But to pinpoint and say, don't give it to that particular company, it's like saying there's a construction tender, then there's a company that you don't like and you say that one shouldn't be in contention. If it's blacklisted, maybe. But if it's just a normal company, I find it so there we agree. You spoke also at your press conference yesterday about the 100 days of the president. You are saying hope is under attack.
Yes.
You are saying that unfortunately the first 100 days have been dominated by symbolic events with no substance, reshuffling of corrupt officials instead of removing them, no decisive action on youth unemployment or housing, continued looting at local and national levels, protection of elites while the poor suffer.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Look, you see, these past 100 days we have just been having president just attending events. It's not. If I ask you now what tangible decision was made on housing, you won't be able to give me one. I mean, you're in the media, you have information every day. It's on your table. If I say on sanitation, what was the program there, you won't be able to tell me anything. But what I'm saying is that despite those shortcomings, we are very hopeful of her vision for the country. We are very hopeful for her forward thinking in saying that, look, there is a problem. This is how we're going to deal with the problems, and such one is the issue with the current Namota deal that has been loan that they have to upgrade water and sanitation within the northeast and northwestern regions currently now underway. But apart from that, I say, look, if you continue on that trajectory to ensure that these people get the necessary water, that people get the necessary housing, and people get the necessary support. Even now with the social grants that she has that they have made, that they've moved to Nampos, which is very good.
Yeah.
But those are bits and pieces, and that gives us hope. That gives us inspiration that no, better things are to come. But if she goes back into the old wheel of just being laid back, of just traveling, of just cutting ribbons and attending a conference and launching things, we're going to have a serious problem. Yes.
And you are planning to participate in this election this year, the local and the regional local authority elections, for the first time as a political party proper. What are your plans for Namibia in that sense? If you were elected, what are you going to do differently?
Yeah, look. One thing I can confidently say is that once we get into those chambers, into those council chambers, within the 52 local authorities, we'll ensure that those chambers are transformed into transformative institutions where the grassroots people on the ground are able to actually feel change, actually feel when a decision is made for their benefit. They're able to feel it the moment it is decided. Where their voices are heard and where their voices matters the most. Because right now we have a dysfunction where what people's voices are and what the municipalities currently are doing is two different things.
Yeah.
For instance, you have the issues in Akana four-way. You are saying that no, wait for a while, be patient. You are putting up a supermarket. Yes, we understand you're putting up a supermarket now, but where are these people going to move to? It's been almost half a year, 1.5 years since that four-way has been there. People are still disorientated. City of Windhoek is almost on the verge of collapse because there is no functional road system in west of the railway. But people are saying, please give us access, finish the road so that we are able to live better, so that we are also being able to make money and make a living. Because most of the people that are distorted there are people that are making their living from the side of the roads there. But now those roads are closed. There's no people are not making any living. So I say that, look, let's find. If you are such a caring city, you're certainly fine. Let's put up a temporary market at a particular point, and let's the people trade fairly. So what we are saying is that when we come to the local authority elections, we're going to participate, but we're also going to make sure that the people's voices are always heard, and all the decisions that are being made are made towards them and their futures.
Did you do that at Windhoek Municipal Council? Because that will always be the benchmark.
Yes.
People are going to say, what is AR talking about? They are in the city council there. What change have they brought about?
We see with the city council, I think one of the biggest things that we have done is that we were able to, when Honorable Lampanda was mayor, we were able to reduce the city of Windhoek debt by a huge margin. We were able to ensure that the people in Havana have a mobile city police station available to them for 24 hours. We are also making sure that, look, even if it's not standard, we said, look, each and every constituency should have at least some place where young people are able to gather, play their football. And right now you see, it's not ideal but it's places where it's open spaces where young people now gather on weekends. If you go to Ochomise shops now, Ochomise 8 now there, you'll find young boys, young girls playing netball, playing football on those corners, because there's an open space. Previously, there are no places for young people to gather.
Yeah.
What I'm saying that should be counted as achievement. What I'm saying, look, those are what what we're able to do with 2 seats in council. Yeah. But imagine what we can do if we had more than 2 seats in council, because council is a membership of 16. So you need everybody to come to the floor and play. So
absolutely.
So we are very happy with what we have done in the city.
Yeah.
And we are hoping to achieve more with the 2 current reps in the city of Windhoek Council.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
George, thank you for coming, man.
Thank you very much, and for hosting me, and good night to Namibia.
Yeah, wonderful. That is George Kambala. He's a spokesperson of the Affirmative Repositioning movement and also its member in the National Council. Thank you for watching.